Sorry, I just had to reconnect my GoPro. Battery in my GoPro. Righto. Now let's have a look at this. There we go. Frankenstein. Let's wet and dry this. Anyone watching on Instagram can go to my website for the camera view that I'm wearing on my head. Okay, so I do it to my camera as well as it goes to YouTube, and that's where I keep them on recorded. A lot of clients like to go back and watch it. So I'm just doing one side of the double concave first. There we go, now I'll do the other side. Yeah, here we go. So there's no doing this quickly. I've got to do 4 passes. Looks pretty dramatic, doesn't it? more water. Right, 2 more passes. The main thing we're trying to do here is just get it nice and smooth and level. Cut back all the wax. That's what the 400 does, and then the 800 gets the 400 scratches out, and 1200 gets the 800 scratches out. Ian did a great job from Surf Decals. If anyone ever wants to get any graphics done on your board, Ian is the man to see. He's a really overqualified printer, and the best part about having someone with, you know, lots of skill from other parts of the printing game is there's not much he doesn't know, in a sense, you know. So you're really getting, I know he moved to this field of the graphic printing on fabric and things like that from the book or paper thing, but he's really knowledgeable, and the more he does this stuff, the more he experiments with different things, and yeah, certainly a long way from when I remember he started and they were doing board graphics and stuff, and yeah, I think the where they're at now is amazing. Right, that's 4 passes. Now, so I'm going to put my aircon on. It's getting a bit bloody hot. There we go. High, cool. Yes. Sorry, a bit of dust coming out of that. Now, I'll leave the 400 there. Next one is 800. Sorry, I should have taken this off straight away. 800 goes on, and I'm just going to go slow. I'm not rushing this, okay? Just going slow. Good old Frankie. This is the 800. And yes, it's slow. I know the person who will probably watch this the most will be Phil, the owner of the board, and maybe a few of his friends from Fiji, and which is down on the south coast of New South Wales, and supposed to be an absolutely beautiful place. They don't get a lot of crowds, so I don't think they want me to talk too much about it, because as Phil said, he escaped Sydney, and we all know how fucked cities are. Good thing about Newcastle, where we live, it's pretty small in a sense, but it is a decent sized city. It's quite busy, but not over the top. Unfortunately, it's losing its soul, and anyone that's, I've been living in Newcastle since 1966, and anyone that's lived here all through the late 60s, early 70s and 80s will understand what Newcastle was like. And it's really terrible, because a lot of people had the opinion of Newcastle being just a steel coal city, and they never had a close look. We have the most beautiful beaches, vineyards, just so much at our doorstep everywhere. And yeah, we had coal, but this is the part that gets a bit stupid. All these fuckwit greenies say, oh, we don't want coal in Australia. What they're doing, it's like having a house. Or the best example is a pub. Remember how pubs got rid of smoking? And they had a smoking room? Well, basically, China is the smoking room of the world. Okay? So what that means is, instead of everyone being allowed to smoke in every room, you're only allowed to go to one room to smoke. Still the same amount, but it makes all the people in the other room feel better, because they're not getting the smoke like they did when it was all over. But it's still the same amount. There's no less CO2 getting used now, or created. It's actually more, because of more products are getting made. Consumerism's at an all-time high. and China's just eating it all up and poisoning the world with the blessing of everyone that wants to shut it down in our country. Now, the thing that happens when, give you an example, like I'm 58, so when I left school in 1979 in 4th form, I had a choice of 5 trades to go into. I put in applications and I got accepted to try out for 5 trades, and I had to choose which one. I ended up choosing boiler making because I really like making things, and that was sort of very much where I was at. And all my friends, we all had a choice of like 5 apprenticeships. Now, there's nothing. This is where all this greeny bullshit has taken us to. We've got no jobs. The Chinese are laughing. They've got all the jobs. So the jobs haven't changed, the amount. It's where they're at has changed. So what these dickheads have done, they've created poverty in Australia, all for the sake of being able to say, oh, we're not doing it, but we are, because they're consuming. It's like driving to work. I think anyone that drives a car to work is an environmental terrorist. I don't drive a car to work, I walk every day. And all these wanker greenies drive a car to work. And I honestly think they should be arrested, people that drive to work. Because imagine what they're doing to the environment. Of course, I'm being sarcastic here, don't take this serious. But I'm just trying to show how ludicrous this whole greenie bullshit is. Now, I don't drive to work. Haven't driven to work for nearly 14 years. So my carbon footprint is fucking bugger all. Yeah. So anyway, and the best part is I don't buy Chinese materials for surfboards or fins. I make them all here. So, yeah. Yeah, anyway, it's just that you hear this stuff. So 14 years I haven't driven to work, I've walked to work. So, why are the greenies allowed to drive to work? Why can't they have to walk to work? I don't know. And here's the other thing. We're getting solar on our house soon, and the system's probably going to cost us about $40,000. But that means we'll basically be 100% efficient, and our pool heater, all the air conditioner for the workroom, all these tools will run off the sun. Now again, most of these wankers you see tying themselves to a tree live at their parents' house, and they enjoy air conditioning, they enjoy all these luxuries that, instead of buying solar like we are. So the solar and the walking to work each day, we're like fucking kings of the carbon footprint world of, yet they try to make you still feel guilty. Wow, this is starting to look good. Oh, don't worry, a lot of people will disagree with what I said. But they might be terrorists that drive to work. You know, I don't understand that. Of course, I'm being sarcastic. I'm not being serious, okay? So I don't believe you're a terrorist if you drive to work. I'm just trying to show you the ridiculous of how the mentality of these fucking climate Fruit Loops is. And it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. The hottest day in Australia was in 1909. I've got the paperwork, I researched it, got the National Archives Museum to send it to me. Oh, here we go. Here comes the boss. He's checking up to make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. No, she's not. She's coming to say hello. And I'm absolutely stoked.
What's that?
What'd they say?
Fixed.
Did they apologise?
Yeah, I just...
Sorry, I'm being a... No, the dickhead's stuffed up the thing, but... So it's all good.
It's all fixed.
I'm going to make you a coffee now.
Yes.
Sorry.